God, oh my God, like God, like from my childhood, what I have seen is 33 million gods in our one room. All of them are there. So we have this temple in our courtyard and another puja kholi and everything. So what does it mean by uttering this word God? So everything was coming somehow, and like panorama, it was running in front of me, and that was doing something to body, like mind and matter. It was actually something happening to the body. And but of course I picked some images from my rehearsals. It wasn't totally open, like anything will happen. No, there was this 80-20 dynamics of choreography and being open about what is happening at that point of time. Let it be. So I had this space of 20% of improvisation and 80% of fixed choreography, and I used to do this footprint and then the text, and at the end of the text I used to wipe it off. Technically it didn't happen because that color was too thick. I couldn't wipe it off totally, entirely. That was the concept, that I should be able to wipe it off totally, but it didn't happen. And at the end of it, I used to come and sit with the audience, and then all those videos of entering into the space was there at the back. So they were like, oh, we were being shot there, like what was it? Oh, it's me, and they started laughing and something. So I was a bit like anxious, like this was not the effect I was expecting, it was something else. Like you were being observed, and whenever mirror comes in front of you, you look at mirror, and oh my goodness, they are laughing because they were laughing because everybody knows each other, and if somebody is doing some gesture in mirror and then something is happening, so another person is, hey, look at you, ha. So like, oh my God, it's not happening. But still I was just sitting there, performance was over, and I was like, I don't know what I have done. I have never worked like this. I just thought of this design, that I want to proceed with this way, with this text, and why I wanted to do this. But after that, even discussing it with my teachers and everybody, I found out that that was the beginning of I don't know, that was the beginning, that was actually the point of registration, that something new has already started, some new inquiry is started, and let's see how it goes in future, how I'm able to do new work about it.
Even that kind of realization, that some changes
happened.
You still have to find out
what it is.
But even that knowledge, I think that's growth. That's how you evolve as an artist.
Right.
Maybe that was also a little bit of what you were looking for. Isn't it?
And
because this is solo performance, and somebody had to design it for you, but you had to think about it. So I think to some extent it is a kind of a success of exploration that you were doing. And because initially you didn't know what the question was, but now it is, you know what the question is that you're going to ask yourself.
Still I need to find exact vocabulary and exact toolkit for it, that how I should process. So I'm still in that process of
because that
wondering.
Takes time. I came to know about you because there was a writer on Unseen. And you had performed it. So can you tell us a little bit about why you performed it the way you did?
Unseen is a devised performance piece which is based on Rabindranath Tagore's letter.
What do you mean by devised?
So process of Unseen is an outcome of residency. So me, Vishnupad Barve, the director and designer of this piece, and one fine artist, and also like there were people who were coming and going, but we were staying at one we were staying at one place, we were staying at one flat in Marseilles in Goa. We did our residency there because Vishnu is from Goa, and it was all other things were easy for him to gather. Actually, Vishnu was planning this performance earlier in a different way. He already started some sort of rehearsals and something with the text. We had discussed a lot about this text, and he was saying that there is this letter by Tagore where it's completely different Tagore we can see in that letter. Have you read it? No. What is it? So he gave it to me, and I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. Like, I never thought of like Tagore can think like this. Oh my God, is it really Tagore? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm completely sure. I have done research and everything. So he said that I'm going to do this piece in upcoming time, and let's see how it goes. And I'm thinking about putting it, like, that was 100 years of Tagore, and yeah, so NSD asked several directors or like alumni of NSD, like, if they want to do something on Tagore. So he said that I didn't want to do something conventional. I said, like, yeah, like everybody is going to pick some other text, like, let's try and think in a different way. It's good. And then after 4 or 5 days of like me coming back, I was there for a workshop in Delhi, and he was there for something like gathering all the material and everything. I was there for Sarah Match's Fitzmaurice voice workshop, and I was doing that workshop after graduating from National School of Drama. And I came home, or I thought, no. He went home. He went back to Goa, and I was still there. And he called me up and he said, "Do you know something? I need you." I'm like, what? Let's do this work together. I'm like, why? Like, what happened? You're already rehearsing, like you started your rehearsals, right? Like, yeah, I have started my rehearsals, but what I have realized is this is so difficult to initiate right now somebody, to make them understand the way I want to work. And I know that you are also interested to do this kind of work, so let's collaborate in this, because I have seen your solo, and like there is some possibility that we can collaborate and go together ahead. So we decided. Why this work is devised? Because both of us discussed a lot about the letter and all other context with the letter. Also Tagore's 2 different essays about woman and home. Also Pandita Ramabai's, her life journey.
This letter is about Pandita
Yes,
Ramabai.
this letter is based on Pandita Ramabai's speech.
Yeah.
He Tagore authored this letter in 1891 when he attended a lecture by Pandita Ramabai, where she said that women can do anything except drinking alcohol like men. So audience was furious after listening to this. Like, it was 1891, so, and also like everybody was saying what she's saying. So they were pretty upset, and they stopped that lecture in between and something. So Tagore was there. Then he traveled to camp near Nasik, and he authored this letter to whom we don't know, because he is not referring anybody. He just starting that yesterday I was there, and I heard Ramabai talking. She like lean, clad in white, Pandita Ramabai, and he starts like that. So in this letter, Tagore is talking about law of compensation and how nature has made women weaker than men already. So they should obey this law
Of
nature. And so that's how gender responsibilities are already divided, and it's nature driven. And so her entire universe is inside 4 walls, and she is nurturer, man is provider. She should obey that, and like surrendering and obey, like being obedient to her husband is a duty. And that's all. You can say no to your father, you can say no to your husband, but you cannot say no to your son. So that's your ultimate goal of your life, being mother. And we were amazed after reading this letter. Tagore said it. Because after that, Chitrangada and like everything, he's talking about women empowerment, he's talking about emancipation and everything, and we were shocked. No, it's not possible, but it is. He was 30 years old. and he authored this letter. Even his own sister criticized this letter because it was published in Bharti. It was a newsletter. It was published in that, so periodical, yes. And she criticized it. Suvarna Kumari Devi. She was questioning her own brother, like, how can you say certain things? So the flight point of thinking was this Tagore's letter, which we read. And then Vishnu said, I'll give you certain themes to think about, and then it's us. Let's see how it goes. And also there are certain other essays and some research we'll do together, and we'll see. So now, what is unseen? Unseen has three different parts. One is non-verbal performance, another is recitation of letter, and again the most important thing is soundscape of unseen, because soundscape is something. Because of that, I sometimes avoid to say it's a solo performance, because Vishnu is there on stage with his dining table, which is full of all the kitchen utensils and all household things, and also some interesting instrument which he has discovered and made with motor and all. So all sound graph and soundscape of unseen is with that live sound installation which he creates there. So it's always a jamming kind of thing which is happening with the sound. And recitation of letter. So how we arrived at unseen and the way we performed unseen was by limiting ourselves. We said we don't want to read it, just go in front of audience and read it. No, we don't want to do that. Are we going to distribute letters like you take it with you with you and then read it at home? No, we're not going to do it. So how letter should come? So recitation was also an important. I'll come to non-verbal performance later, but recitation was also one point. So there was this, and it's changing it's changing by every show. The way letter is coming. At first show, we had real father and son sitting there at the corner of our space, like stage, on a bean bag, on this lazy bags with face pack on their face and two cucumbers like this. Both of them are sitting. This woman is performing something for 50 minutes, which is a non-verbal piece. And in between, father used to wake up and then they throw the cucumber and wipe his face and son's face. And when performance, non-verbal performance ends, their father used to read it out to his son in Konkani.
Okay.
And the same letter, that what Tagore is saying about several things about like man-woman relationship and law of compensation and where woman should be and what she should be doing and all of it. And this little fellow is listening to it. That's how Unseen used to end. And after that, we found some another device to bring letter. So what non-verbal performance is, it has its 8 different segments. First is measuring body. Second is touch and image of self, and also unwanted touch, and male gaze and culture. Third is cleansing, notions of beauty, presenting oneself. Fourth is menstruation, life cycle, surrender, motherhood. Fifth one is deity. Seventh one, deity, and also first being pure after all this, and then deity. And seventh one was fantasy, ramp walk. Eighth is stamping, stamps of all stamps of our relationships, and all stamp on which body part one particular relationship is coming.
It's a stamp of
a stamp, actually a stamp, like ink stamp. and the final one is home. Each of this segment has its one particular prop which we use. So the first segment has, of course, a measuring tape, and I measure all my body parts, including my tongue, including the distance between my navel to my crotch, including my thigh, my breasts, and everything. Because it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Whenever, even as a female performer, when she enters on stage, first what we recognize is the gender, and then another things which comes along with the gender. So it's kind of a scanning which happens all the time, which we experience even on street and everywhere. So this, then touch was pure body. It was with body, because it's about body. We don't have any prop for touch. And it was like from the beginning of realizing this body is turning into proper like woman's body, this realization of our own body in that certain age, starting from that to all those touch which we experience. And there are several things which I cannot actually express in word, what is exactly in there in that touch segment, and also in other segments. And then this cleansing segment comes, where I use razor, foam and everything, and I shave my legs. But it's an action and with those objects. But the way it happens there is something else. After that comes our this menstruation. So we have sanitary napkins, of course. We have very close relationship with that prop, being woman. And fantasy ramp walk. There comes our amazing prop designer. He designed all these costumes for that ramp walk out of all our kitchen utensils. So we have this bra which is made of balls, our bowls, and then this gas ka jo nali jo hota hai, tube, gas tube, those straps with the tubes. Then tub skirt is there, then this kadhai purse is there, then this nut of mixies, that is there, and earrings of peeler is there. So all this is happening in her fantasy, this woman's fantasy, and she is having fun with all her kitchen utensils, and she is walking on a ramp with that. So that's how I am. But before that, there is this transformation of like from my childhood, what I have seen and experienced about menstruation, being I brought up in a Brahmin family, so I know how I have seen it, the way we look at that particular period of woman's life, each month, those 5 days, how we look at it. So I knew it from my personal experiences. So transforming into deity just after that was also something to explore. And she becomes deity, and she wears all this spoon necklace. Yeah, the first prop is fork and spoon necklace, and she's there and she's walking on the ramp. And also this amazing contradiction which we have in our society, that right now Durga Puja is happening right now, it's happening, and we also know what has been happening since several years and our recent incidents in our society. So this amazing irony which we have, so which was also there. And then from there we go to stamp, where we actually use ink pad and 7 stamp named Mulgi, like girl, Sanskar, Prayasi, Patni, Prayasi, Lagna, Patni, Vans, Vidva. Vans is barren, Vidva is widow. Yeah, so this 7 stamp, actual 7 stamp.
These are Konkani words.
These are Marathi words.
These are Marathi, but the letter is being read
in Konkani. Oh, yeah.
So you mixed language.
We mixed language, because I said what Patni means for me, like if you say some another word in Konkani, it won't give me that feeling. So we said that whatever I'm going to use in the piece, it would be either English or in Marathi. So yes, so the 7 stamps are in Marathi. So in the improvisation, we actually like which stamp, which word will go at which body part, where I'm going to stamp Patni, where I'm going to stamp Sanskar. And still we are, the amazing discoveries are happening. Like in one show, suddenly I stamped it on my tongue, Sanskar, and it went like that. So different body parts and different responsibilities. So this objectification is also part of the whole journey. It's not just media, it's not just advert and everything.
There is a spontaneity.
Of course.
Stamp it like any way that
yes,
you feel like
the same thing, there is choreography and also it's open somehow. If something, as I said, the jamming session happens with the director on stage. So yes. And the final thing after stamp is home, which is with roof tiles, and I play hopscotch with roof tiles. And of course, then comes Rabindra Sangit once, Amito Marmatir Kanya. Yeah.
I think linking it with that Tagore's letter is very interesting, because what you're doing is a total contrast to what the letter is really saying.
Yes. And that what we we were thinking about, that there is some another layer and there is another side of the coin, and it's been 100 years, and we can see that amazing dynamics. Like some point of time, this coin, this side of the coin is upside. So yes, it was there.
I'm very interested in what you learned from G. Venu. Kudiyattam part of your life. I'm interested basically because I love Kudiyattam myself, and also because I know Kapila Venu and I've seen her perform. And I've had a long chat with her on what she has learned. I want to know what you learned. A lot of it has to do with breath. So what is it that you learned?
I'll say I'm learning. Not completely learned, because it's going to be a long journey. Officially, yes, that was the time when I was there after my graduation with him, but still. One thing which happened, that as I said, I got introduced to Kudiyattam. There was this amazing opening to, like, I think for Kudiyattam actor, it's so amazing. The way opening of imagination all the time, they are creating world inside and also outside, but in frame of their body. So this body work, which actually I was so interested, and of course breath, because that breath has its own essential role in all of it. Because as I said, when she was performing Narasimha, actually I was feeling there is Narasimha in front of me. And when and I was so curious that how does this happen? How does this thing can happen to one human body? Like, scale was changing in front of me. Like, she's, I know, like she's, how tall she is, but still something was changing. So even during our this workshop with G. Venuji at NSD in our second year, during our second year, at the beginning of our second year, we did Parvati Viraha from Abhishek Natakam, Bhasa, where Parvati is angry with Shiva, and she says that I'm leaving Kailasa, and suddenly Ravana, like he was actually lifting Kailasa, and she came back, and then he received boon from Shiva. So that was the whole story, and there was this Pakaranatyam which was happening. Pakaranatyam is like shifting of feminine and masculine energies. So that was also one part I was suddenly interested in, how this is happening. But at the base of it, there was this Navarasa training, and which is driven by breath. Each bhava, 9 emotion, and it has its own breath, and it has its own the way, like vibhava and anubhava, and how the physical manifestation and also inside world. So I was really interested to know it, because that the nine emotions, being an actor, what we have, and also awareness of body is important, but at the same time I was curious, like for myself, that I have been always wondering that, even during Pakampito I was wondering how this breathing practices is like, how, I'm sorry, I'll start again. I'm trying to was sentence here.
Go on.
Yeah. So also during Pakampito, this was my query, that how awareness of the body is related with breath, and how change in breath or knowledge of that proper breath changes your presence as a performer. So this curiosity took me to Kerala after NSD.
Did you stay there?
I stayed there for 3.5 months, and yes, in different parts. And I also did some body work with Suraj Nambiar, like Pada Pura Pada, this choreography for war, warriors going for war, and some recitation for voice. But the main focus was Navarasa, which was with Venuji.
Any Kalari?
Kalari, we had Kalari classes at NSD. So that, and also before at CPA. Yeah, Venuji always suggests that if you're going to enter in, like, always he suggests during Kudiyattam workshop or parallel to Kudiyattam workshop there should be Kalari. Yeah. All the time.
It's
yes.
a way of training.
Yes, because
So,
Angika.
I think with all this, so much of passion for theatre that you have spoken so nicely, do you think you go back to television serials and films? Do you think so? I'm just asking, I'm curious.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Because, like, if you ask me, like, personally, if you're asking me, are you interested in that? So I'll say, because film is a different medium.
Yeah.
Whatever experience I had with television, I don't know whether I'm interested to go back in that world. I'm not. I guess I'm not.
Cinema.
Cinema, yes, I am, because as I said, another kind of cinema I was watching before going to CPA and also during all this while. So I know there is this different layer of cinema which happens parallelly and which is so interesting and amazing to watch and work. So yes, cinema has this another dynamics, but I don't know about television. But I'll add something which is completely tangent. Recently, I have done some TVCs, television commercials.
Commercials?
Yes.
I've not seen them telling each other.
It's right now it's on air. So recently it's on air. One is Horlicks.
Horlicks.
Yeah, another one is coming. So when it will come, I'll tell. So, you know, this is amazing. Like after all this training is with me. I'm creating my new work. I'm willing and I have this wish to create more work, to learn more, to be in this field. But also there is one parallel, and the most important thing is survival, which is also happening. And the language I want to work in theatre is still evolving, and also I'm trying to find it out for myself. I'm trying to gather all like toolkit for it, how I can make more performances like that, or how I can learn more about it. But at the same time, this thing, the harsh and crude reality is also there about survival, which is parallelly happening. So when I said that I don't know, means all this future if and then.
Because you have to take all this into
consideration. Yes.
So right now we have to leave it at Horlicks.
No, but like still I'll say I'm not so sure about Delhi soaps.
Okay.
That I'm completely.
You know that word entirely now.
Yes, that I'm completely sure.
Kalyanee, you have sent us a video clipping of Ansui.
Yes.
We would like to show it now.
Sure.
And then it will be nice if you perform some small piece of a work in progress.
Yes, yes.
If you could do that. So we'll
Yes.
show the video and then maybe you could perform.
Yes.
And you could tell us what you're going to.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.